Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game 3 of the International Blind Ice Hockey Series here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are glad to have you with us here on an early morning game. We're at 9 Eastern, and any of you getting up and joining us at 6 a.m. on the West Coast, we appreciate it. We'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. Team Canada won last night's game, 5-1. They got their gold medals presented in a ceremony last night at the Coliseum. We were playing on the Comets rink here in Fort Wayne. Great facility. We really appreciate their use of that ice last night. Afterward, the team got together and had a great dinner together and went to the Comets home opener. So really a great night for Canada and the USA to get together, have some camaraderie off the ice, swap some stories, and now they're going to play one more game this morning in that series. My name is Ian Essling. I'll be with you on play-by-play today. I'm joined by Matt Morrow, the Executive Director of Blind Hockey in Canada, as well as Thomas Quinn on the camera today. Matt, how are you this morning?
I'm doing wonderful, Ian. It's been a great weekend here in Fort Wayne. I think all the players from both the U.S. program and the Canadian program have had an excellent time here. As you mentioned, both on and off the ice with some fun team-building type activities. And, really excited to see how this third game goes of the 2022 International Blind Ice Hockey Series.
Fantastic. Thanks, Matt. So we're going to get started here. About 4 minutes left on warm-ups. Before we do, we'll probably talk through a few rules for those of you that may be joining for your first blind hockey game. So we'll get that for you here in just a moment.
So for anybody who may be new to the parasport of blind hockey, we'll go over some of the adapted rules. So for those of you watching warm-up, as you can see, this sport is incredibly similar to traditional ice hockey. The biggest difference is obviously our players are all blind or partially sighted. We use the International Blind Sports Federation's classification system. So players are classified as either a B3, wearing a black helmet, which is approximately 10% vision or less, a B2, wearing a white helmet, which is approximately 5% vision or less, or a B1, which is 0% vision, completely blind, wearing a red helmet. Goaltenders, by rule, are all B1s. Our puck is the biggest adaptation in the sport. It is larger than a traditional puck, and it's made out of a thin steel and filled with ball bearings, so it makes quite a bit of noise, as I'm sure you can hear on this broadcast. In order to ensure that each team has approximately the same amount of vision on the ice, we have a point system in blind hockey. You're only allowed to have 14 points on the ice at any time, and that's what the helmet colors are for. So a typical setup would be 3 black helmets, 2 white helmets, and a goaltender, or 4 black helmets, 1 red helmet, and a goaltender. When the goaltender makes a save, they do not need to cover the puck. So as the puck does not make any noise when it's still, once the goalie has made a save, as long as the rebound remains in the blue paint of the goaltender's crease, the puck is automatically frozen. As the puck doesn't make much noise in the air, our nets are 1 foot shorter than a traditional hockey net, which is 4 feet tall. The blind hockey nets are 3 feet tall. And then finally, the biggest adaptation in the sport is the pass rule. In order to give the goaltenders and the low-vision defenders the best chance to hear and track the puck, after an attacking team crosses the offensive blue line, they must complete 1 pass before they are eligible to score. The referee will blow a distinct, high-pitched chirping whistle that you will hear on this broadcast that signals to all the players that the pass has been completed and they are eligible to score. Other than that, it's the same fast-paced game of ice hockey that you know and love. So thanks for joining us here bright and early. We've got about 40 viewers already on our broadcast, and we were just checking out our analytics from this weekend, and this has been an incredible broadcast so far. We've had over 1,500 people watch from Canada, well over 1,000 people watch from the United States, and we've had significant viewership from Finland, Sweden, the United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, Czechia, and Latvia. So amazing to see that the parasport of blind ice hockey and interest in the parasport of blind ice hockey is growing around the world. And if we have viewers in any of these countries interested in starting some programs, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Visit CanadianBlindHockey.com to find our contact information. We would love to provide adapted pucks, guidance on how to start a program, and maybe even find a group of players or coaches that are willing to come help start a clinic. So really excited for the growth of this parasport and hoping to get some other countries to come join Canada and USA in these international blind ice hockey series.
Teams are ready to go here as the goalies are going to their nets. It looks like for the U.S. today it'll be Andrew Mead Colgrove starting in net. He played the third period of Game 1 this weekend, allowed no goals, so he's going to get the start today. Doug Goist was in goal for the other periods across the weekend. Had a great game last night. And on the Canada side, can you see who the goalie is there, Matt? I think it's Lauren Weber. And that puck is dropped, and we are underway here in Game 3. That puck is now pushed down into the U.S. zone. Players are fighting for it along the net, well, on the boards, I should say. Now Canada still has it. They've got the pass whistle. That's Hachet to Richard. Richard now looking for a lane. He shoots. That goes right of the goalie. That is now, puck is now goalie left along the boards on the far side. A couple of players fighting for it there. That's Mitchell, Hachet. Luke Miller is in that fight as well as Richard. That puck is under all four players that are just trying to get it out. It's kicked out now, and Kane will kick that puck back out across the ice, and it's going to be icing. Teams will come back here and get a face-off. We're going to catch our clock up here. We did not get it started when the game started, so we'll be catching up the clock.
And we've got a new official making a debut today. So Brad Rathlisberger taking the day off with a new U.S. official, learning the adapted rules of blind hockey. Always good to see the growth of the game.
Very cool. A good catch there, Matt. And face-off now goes to Canada in the U.S. zone. That puck is goalie left, picked up behind the boards. They have the pass. That puck now goes behind the net, ringing around to goalie right side, but it looks like Stenica is going to get it for the U.S., but now he loses it. McKecken fights for it. Stenica does kick that puck back out across center ice. That puck is now into the Canadian zone, picked up by Canada there. They will ring that puck, and it will go out of play. Trying to send that puck along the boards, and instead it popped up actually into the Canadian bench, it looks like. So I'll grab that puck back from one of the coaches there. And the refs will bring it down into the Canadian zone. Face-off will be to goalie right in Canada zone. Face-off now goes to the U.S. quickly in front of the net. That's Klang. He takes a shot behind the net. No pass whistle yet, though. That puck is ringing around to goalie right. Canada has it. Now battling along the boards. That's Garza. Garza goes down. He gets back up. That puck is now still goalie right, but now it's behind the net. Now it's back to the corner. Canada and Garza are fighting for it there in the corner. There, a couple of players get together. Now Canada will come out with it. They will get that puck up across center ice. It's coming across into the U.S. zone. McCallion is there for the U.S. He's got a stick on it. He fights with Mizuraka in the corner. Now Mizuraka has it behind the net. They've got the whistle. So Mizuraka looking for a lane now, but that puck is blasted back out of the zone by Garza. Great play by him. U.S. will make some changes. That puck goes down into the Canadian zone. Picked up there by Heaslip. Heaslip now moving up the ice. He crosses center ice. He's got some help with him. And now Mitchell with a good move on Heaslip. Gets that puck away from him. They have to back up. Heaslip pushes that puck down into the Canadian zone. That is now picked up by Miller, I should say, in the U.S. zone. Miller now has it in the U.S. zone. He comes across the blue line, headed towards center ice. Now Miller hassled there by Juha. Juha gets a stick in, but that puck is down into the Canadian zone. Now Juha has it behind the Canadian net. He will fight there with Miller. Miller with a good stick, but again, Juha comes out the victor of that battle. He has the puck. Now moving up across center ice. Passing the neutral zone there. They picked it up. That's Richard. Richard leaves it for a teammate. Not able to get a clean stick on it is Provin, and Mitchell will get the puck for the U.S. He moves up. Now Mitchell and Miller, they have it center ice. They come across in the Canadian zone. Mitchell gets together with a Canadian player there. I think that was Richard. Mitchell goes down. Now Canada picks it up. They're going to move it back out of their zone. Picked up again, that's Provin. She crosses center ice, but good stick there by Kane, keeping that puck from going into the U.S. zone. Now Mitchell again, center ice, but he loses it immediately to Canada. Picked up again there. Canada now is moving it down into the U.S. zone. That's Juha. Juha battles with Kane along the boards. That puck is goalie right in the U.S. zone, but Kane will flick it back out. Beauregard was right there on the line, but just not able to keep it there. Now Stenica, he has the puck moving into the Canadian zone, looking for a teammate. He's got Morgan. Morgan just barely did not get her stick on it. Now she does in the corner. We've got the pass whistle. U.S. has the whistle down in the Canadian zone. That puck is now goalie left. Coming up along the boards. Kane has it. He's going to look to take a shot from the point. He does, but that goes wide of the net. It's now behind the net, now picked up behind the net by the U.S. Now it is goalie right. That's Morgan again. She's got the puck. That's Sietska Morgan. She has the puck now behind the net. Gets together with the Canadian player, but they will push that puck toward the blue line, and Belding is just not able to keep it in. That puck is now at center ice. Kane has it for the U.S. He will chip it down into the Canadian zone, and U.S. will go for a change here. Their forwards are going to change. D is still on the ice for the U.S. U.S. change is now complete. That puck is rolling, and into the U.S. zone. Picked up there by Callion. Callion now has it behind the U.S. net. He's going to move it up. He has Hache right with him there. Canada makes some changes. Now Callion chips that puck across to center ice. That's Kitterman. Kitterman there fighting with a couple of Canadian players right along their bench. Now Kitterman sends it over looking for a teammate. And Morgan and Belding were both there, just couldn't find the puck, and now that puck is kicked across into center ice, now into the U.S. zone. That puck is goalie left. Mizuraka has it looking for a teammate. He's got Callion all over him, though. Mizuraka still behind the net, looks for the center of the ice. Ashba's there, though, for the U.S., picks that pass off, brings it back to center ice. But again, two Canadian players get together at center ice. They go down, now they're back up, they're okay. Puck is now picked up by Canada. They're coming across center ice. Now that puck is lost, though. Morgan now has it for the U.S. at center ice. Hassled there by two Canadian players, but he comes out. Now Canadian players have it again. Now Morgan has it again. Big battle here at center ice. That puck is popped up in the air. Picked up now by Canada. Now picked up by the U.S. And we've got a whistle, stoppage and play here. A tripping.
Well, it's going to be a tripping call against the American player. Bruno Hache had possession of the puck, and the stick just got into his skates. So that's number 8. Is that Dirk Morgan? Dirk Morgan heading off. Served 2 minutes or less. Face-off going to be deep in the American zone. This Canadian power play has been pretty lethal throughout the weekend. That was the Americans' problem in Game 1. So let's see what happens here with this big penalty kill.
And I'm going to have to give Dirk some grief for that because he was just talking last night about how he had not gotten a penalty yet this weekend. And here he is in the box. So, Dirk, this one's for you, buddy. We have 10:04 to go here in the first period. Score 0-0. And Canada will start their power play. They're just waiting on the score operators here to get those 2 minutes up on the board. And then we'll get going. 8:04 is when that penalty will expire. Excuse me, 8:04 is when that penalty will expire. All right, face off here to goalie left in the U.S. zone. Goes immediately to Fornazier. He looks for a teammate. He's got one. They've got the whistle. Now Provin has it in front of the net. She looks for a shot. That shot is blocked. Back up to the point. Canada will take another shot. Big save there by Colgrove. And that puck will now go back out into center ice. Canada will look to regroup here. That puck is now coming into goalie right. Canada has it, but good stick there by Scheer. They do have the pass whistle, though, again, so they've got a chance to take another shot on goal. Juha has it here. He circles. He's got Scheer with him. Scheer pushes him up against the boards. Fighting there. Good stick there by Scheer, but Juha will come out with it. Takes another shot. That shot goes way high, right over the goalie's left shoulder. That puck is now ringed around back behind the net. Now it is ringed up along the boards to goalie left. Still staying in. They keep it in at the blue line. Canada sends the puck across. Scheer gets a stick on it. Intercepts that pass. Now Fornazier has it here right in front of us to goalie right. He's now behind the net, looking for a teammate. He's got Provin in front of the net. She's calling for big shot by Fornazier. Another big save by Mead Colgrove. The puck's now behind the net, now picked up by Juha, goalie left. Still in that corner over there. He's hassled by Mitchell. Juha again circles, looking for it. Looking for a lane, not finding one. U.S. getting in all those shooting lanes right now. We've got about 50 seconds left on that power play. Hache is now behind the net. Looks for the wraparound. He tries to stuff it, and it is saved.
Couple of big saves there by Mead Colgrove. Coming into the game, getting his first start of the tournament. That's 3 big ones on this very lethal Canadian power play. So excellent job to keep the puck out of the net as they have about 30 seconds left on the power play.
Puck is now dropped, picked up there by the U.S., now behind their own net. That is Miller. Miller will airmail that puck all the way down. Great clear by him. Picked up now by Canada in their zone. About 25 seconds left on the power play now. Canada looking for one more rush. They come up. They make the pass here. They've got the whistle. Looking for a shooting lane. That's Provin. That puck is blocked there by Miller. Now the puck is over. Big shot, and that's going to go in. And that is a goal. Had a couple of chances there, and then that puck did go in to get that power play goal for Canada at 8:18 in the first period.
What a really beautiful play there by Bruno Hache. Showed some patience at the line, didn't rush the shot, tried to find a shooting lane, got his shot blocked, realized he had no shooting lane, but managed to pass it over to Simon on the far side for the one-timer into the back of the net. Can't fault the goalie on that one when the puck goes cross crease. That's a textbook power play goal right there.
Face off now at center ice. The puck goes down into the U.S. zone. Belding has it for U.S. He kicks it out. Now that puck is rattling around now toward the U.S. bench on the left side. Kitterman has it there. He fights for it at center ice. Now Callion has it. Ooh, Callion goes down, takes a stick to the skates. Canada now has it. Ooh, they just missed the pass there, looking for that whistle. They've got it now, picked it up off the boards. That puck is now goalie right. Big block there by Belding on a shot toward the net. Kitterman will try to get it out, but not able to. Picked up now here by Richard. He sends it over, and another shot, and that is going to go in as well. Big goal there. Richard passing it to, I think, Mizuraka? Yes, it is.
Yeah, just another beautiful play. You know, so often in hockey you can see it that the goal goes right to your legs. You know, Canada finally gets their first goal, and then all of a sudden everybody's skating just a little bit faster. But what a beautiful pass by Simon Richard, and again a one-timer. Cross-crease pass, Mizuraka making no mistake. No chance at all for the goaltender, Andrew Mead Holgrove. 2-0 Canada.
Face-off now goes to Canada. It's down in their own zone. That is Beauregard. He's got it. Now picked up by Kane for the U.S. He sends it across center ice, chips it down into the Canadian zone. Blay will retrieve it there for Canada, though. He tries to send it up the boards, but Clank is there along the boards. He grabs it for the Americans. Now Clank gives it over to Morgan. Morgan and Brown both there for the U.S. Now Canada picks it up. They're coming across center ice with it. That puck is now chipped down into the U.S. zone and will ring around behind the net. It is now on goalie left. Brown looking to go retrieve it there with Juha in the corner. Now Juha has it for Canada, looking for a teammate to make that pass. He sends it up. They get the pass. That shot is taken, but blocked right in front of the goal by Kane. Kane for the U.S. now bringing it up. He's got Shear and Morgan and Clank with him. Kane now coming into the zone, looking to make that pass. He comes around behind the Canadian net. He's now goalie right, looking for the pass, looking for a teammate. Brings it around behind the net now. And he does find a U.S. player back there. That is Shear. They make the pass, but loses possession right away to Blay. Now Canada will have possession, goalie right in their own zone. They're looking to get it puck out of the zone. They do. Kick back up along the boards. Now Brown is there with a good block to keep that puck from going into the U.S. zone. That puck is now back toward neutral ice. But now Canada kicks the puck into the U.S. zone. Goes right to the right of the net. Picked up by Clank behind the net for the U.S. Now it is along the boards. Grabbed there by Richard. Richard hassled along the boards by 2 U.S. players. That's Miller and Brown. Now Mitchell joins that fray as well. We got 3 blue sweaters and 2 yellow right along the boards there. And there's going to be a whistle. And a mass of humanity just kind of stuck together along the boards, and that puck was going nowhere. So we will have a face-off here with 6:10 to go in the first period. Face-off now into the U.S. zone. Going to be picked up here right in front of us by Belding. He rings it up along the boards, but the puck does not get out. It is now still goalie right. Now it's going to be pushed behind the net. Miller has it there for the U.S. He'll set it up there now, goalie left. Mitchell has it. He pushes that puck. Mitchell goes down, but Miller has the puck. He takes it in the Canadian zone, looking for a teammate. He's not finding one. He does need to make that pass. Miller now has it, still goalie right in the Canada zone. Now loses possession. That puck is off a Canadian player there. That's Proven. Kalia now keeps it in, but that puck pops up and out of play into the Canadian bench. Coaches on the Canadian bench looking alive this morning. It's the second puck that they've had to field that popped over into their zone. Looking to grab that puck there and see where it went. Looks like it might have actually gone just past the bench there. Push that puck back onto the ice and we can get going again. This face-off will now be at goalie right in the Canadian zone. You hear that ref shaking the puck here to let players know where they need to be up for the face-off. And that face-off will go to Canada in their own zone, but now the puck is kicked out. It's at goalie left. A couple of players there trying to get to it. That's Mizuraka and Kalia. Now the puck is behind the net. U.S. has it. Look for the puck in front of the net. Looking to make that pass. They just do keep it in. That's Kitterman. That puck hit a stick, and now it's going to be kept in. Great play by Belding, but now it's out again. That puck is now across center ice, picked up by Callian. Ooh, Callian goes down. Big hit there by Alex Angus McKecken. But now picked up by Ashba. Ashba's got Kitterman and Morgan with him. He will go up the ice into the Canadian zone. That puck is now picked up. Ooh, McKecken is slow to get off the ice here after that big hit that he put on. So he's going to limp to the bench. That puck is in the Canadian zone, picked up by Canada. Still fighting for it along the boards there. U.S. will keep it in. That's Kalia. Now the puck is out. Now picked up there. That's Juha. He looks for a teammate. He's got Heaslip on this side of the ice. He is around back behind the net. That is Juha. U.S. is trying to block those passing lanes. They do. Great play by Kitterman. He anticipated that pass from Juha to Heaslip. Got right in between it. Chipped it all the way down into the Canadian zone. That's a great play. Canada now picks it up in their own zone. 4:33 to go in the first period here. That's Shear. He picks it up at center ice for the U.S., chips it into the Canadian zone. Now Kane has it for the U.S. He fights with Blay down in the zone, looking for a teammate across the ice, just not able to get it to Sietske Morgan. Now the defender had position on her. Now the U.S. and Canada, there's 2 players fighting for it in the corner there. Now it is ringed around. A puck is goalie left. Picked up there by Kane at the blue line. He still got it. He finds a teammate. That is Shear. They do have the whistle now, so shot on goal is legal. But Canada will try to chip it out, and Kane is just not able to keep that bouncing puck in the zone, so U.S. will regroup here. Kane now chips it along the board, sends it to goalie left. It's now ringing around behind the net. U.S. will make some changes. Kane is still out there, as is Shear. A couple of U.S. reinforcements on the ice, though. Canada now has the puck. They're going to look to bring it to center ice. They do. That's Richard there battling with Mitchell. Mitchell gets that puck away from him, but Juha picks it up. Now Juha chips that puck into the U.S. zone. Picked up there by Young, now picked up by Kane in the U.S. zone. He chips it up. That puck is now at center ice. Grabbed there by Canada. It's Mizuraka, I believe. Mizuraka now gets it to Proven. Now that was for Nazier. Takes a big shot. And we will have a whistle here as the net is off. They might have been offside. The net is also off as well.
Oh, no, that was just a great save by Andrew Mead-Colgrove. There was a bit of a miscommunication at the USA bench, and there was a turnover in the neutral zone that caught USA on a bad change. Canada with the 2-on-0. Andrew Mead-Colgrove stands his ground, and then the back-checking defender, I think, pushed Chaz Mizuraka into Mead-Colgrove, knocking both the goalie and the net off. So way to stand tall in there, Mead-Colgrove.
We'll just make sure the goalie's all set to go here. Get a little drink of water and make sure he's back and ready to go. And we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone to goalie right. Face-off now. Big battle for it right in neutral ice here, but it will go to the U.S. eventually. Miller will send that puck up the ice. It is now heading toward the Canadian zone. Butterfield has it. He's going to chip it along back toward the U.S. zone. It gets in. Belding then will send it back to center ice. Picked up there by Richard. Richard then loses possession of it. Now Miller has it. He's got a rush down into the Canadian zone, but he needs a teammate. He's got 3 yellow sweaters between him and his teammates. Just not able to complete the pass there to Mitchell. And now Canada will have a rush coming back the other way. Callion looks to get in the way of the Canadian player. He does. That's for Nazier. For Nazier goes down. Good play by Callion there. Callion now tangled up with Provin. Now Belding is involved in this as well. Callion tries to chip that puck out. Now Stenica will chip that puck out as well. That goes back across the blue line into the Canada zone. Kitterman actually has it now down in the Canadian zone. Looking for a teammate. He's got Miller with him. Ooh, good stick there by Canada to stop that pass and incomplete. Now Canada's going to have a rush coming the other way. Great play by Kane to get in the middle of that. Canada had a 2-on-0 coming, and Kane just zipped right between the two of them. That puck is now going to be ringed around behind the U.S. net. It's actually going to stop in the corner here to goalie right. Morgan picks it up, though, for the U.S. Full change for Canada. Now Dirk Morgan takes that puck up the ice. Chips it down into the Canada zone. They will chase that puck into the corner. It's goalie left, I should say. Now that puck is back to the blue line. Kane has it. He chips it down into the corner, but he got no U.S. player there, so no pass just yet. Canada will pick it up back behind their own net. 1:35 to go in the period right now. Canadian player goes down behind the net. They're still fighting for it. Now the Canadian player is up. They're fine. That puck is picked up again by Canada. They send it to center ice. Just skips past the U.S. defender there, Kevin Brown. Now Juha has it. He's going to look for a teammate here in the U.S. zone. He's golden it. Big pass, but big shot by Heaslip. Just goes wide. Now they still have it behind the net. Heaslip going, or Juha going for the wraparound. Brown is right there, though, defending that corner. Big stick there by Ashba. So Juha tried to get that pass across and was not able to complete it with Ashba there. Now the pass in front of the net. Shea has it to Juha, and Juha will raise that puck in and get a goal. So a couple of passes going on there, and eventually Juha got alone here to goalie right and was able to put that puck in on a high elevated shot over the right hand of Andrew Mead-Colgrove.
Yeah, a really nice play by Canadian defender Julien Blais to keep that puck in. USA looked like they were going to have a clear there, but Julien managed to get his stick on it. Next thing you know, it's a tic-tac-toe to Bruno, and then to the always dangerous Jason Juha, who goes upstairs on the short side. Referee's letting them really play out there. I think U.S. number 20, Nicholas Callion, getting away with a textbook body check. That was an interesting non-call there. I mean, he crossed his arms and everything, but this is hockey. I mean, you can get away with some bumps and bruises sometimes. Puck drop back in with 51 seconds left.
Now picked up by Canada. They're coming across into the U.S. zone, looking for a teammate there. Not finding one just yet. Big shot. And they're going to call that a goal. I'm not sure I saw a pass on that one.
Touch Chaz.
Maybe a touch Chaz. Okay. So that looks like there was a pass there between Fornazier and Chaz Mizuraka. Just a little stick touch. I did not see that pass come through, but the referees did, and that's going to be a goal for Canada.
It was a bit of a confusing play with Joe Fornazier skating across. He tried to pass it to Chaz Mizuraka, who did touch it, and then Joe picked it up right away. So I think that does count as a pass in the game. I understand why some of the crowd doesn't necessarily agree, but the referee called the pass, and therefore they're going to call the goal. A bit of a tough break for USA there.
That face-off now goes to Canada. They're going to have the puck at center ice. 35 seconds to go in the period. Canada has it now. That is Mizuraka. He sends it over looking for a teammate. He gets them in the corner. They've got the pass. Mizuraka now has the puck again, looking for Proven in the middle of the ice. She goes down. Big shot toward the net. That puck misses wide right. Picked up now by Belding, goalie right. He will send that puck up to Stenica. Stenica's going to get that puck out of the zone for the U.S. 12 seconds to go in the period. Stenica now down into the Canadian zone. Looks for a teammate. He just missed somebody. I think that's Miller right in the center of the ice there. 3 seconds to go in the period. U.S. has one more shot here, and that period is going to end with 4 Canadian goals on the board in this period. A little bit of a rough start for the U.S. in this game. But they'll look to regroup and get aligned for the second period here. So we will have a brief intermission here while we resurface the ice. While we have a moment, we just want to thank some of our sponsors and everybody who's helped make this weekend possible. Turnstone has been a huge part of everything going on this weekend. We really appreciate everything that they've done as a host for this event. Everybody has been just absolutely fantastic with the rinks, the ice, the events that we did last night, transportation. So we really thank them and everything that they've done for us this entire weekend. For those not familiar with Turnstone, they're Northeast Indiana's only freestanding, not-for-profit organization, providing a comprehensive set of supportive services addressing the unique needs of people with disabilities and their families. Turnstone's mission is to provide therapeutic, educational, wellness, and recreational programs to empower people with disabilities. Founded by volunteers in 1943, Turnstone is a nationally recognized leader in creating possibilities for children and adults with disabilities. Learn more about Turnstone and their mission at turnstone.org. A couple other sponsors we want to quickly thank here before we take a quick break include Visit Fort Wayne, the Fort Wayne Allen County Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Foreseeable Future Foundation, Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, and Team Indiana. We will go off the air here for a couple minutes while they resurface the ice, and then we'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting started here for period 2 in game 3 of the International Blind Ice Hockey Series here in Fort Wayne. Canada holding a 4-0 lead as we go into period 2. U.S. will be looking to just basically win the period, create some momentum here. Got to start with 1 goal and go from there. Face-off coming here at center ice. And there it goes. That puck is now down into the Canadian zone. We are started here in period 2. Picked up now by Juha. He will chip that puck around Kevin Brown into the U.S. zone looking for a teammate. Not finding one. He skates around behind the net. He's got Miller there on, and now that puck is ringed all the way around to goalie left. Picked up there. That is going to be a pass. Now Brown gets together with Richard behind the net. Good play by Brown to slow him up. And now that puck is being battled for there by Brown, Miller, and Richard. Miller now gets it out. It is goalie left along the boards. Great play by the U.S. defenders there to get that puck out of the zone. Miller is now in the Canadian zone. Mitchell has this puck on his stick. He's got the whistle right across in front of the net. Just could not get a shot away. Good play there by Miller to get that drop pass to Mitchell, but Mitchell just could not get the trigger pull on that puck. Now the puck is back down into the U.S. zone. That puck is to goalie right now, picked up now by Kane. Kane will bring that up for the U.S. Crossing center ice, looks for Stenica. He's got him. Stenica now in the Canadian zone. Stenica looking to drop it to Kane. Now Stenica goes behind the net. He's goalie right, looks for a teammate coming in. Not finding one yet. Stenica circles, looking for a teammate. Still circling, but he loses the puck there to Heaslip. Now that puck goes to Canada. They're going to kick it back out of the zone. And Kane will pick it up now in the U.S. zone. We'll bring it back across center ice. Kane is now with Clank and Morgan. We'll send it up to Clank. Kane goes for a change. Clank is now in the Canadian zone on goalie left. Sends the puck up to the blue line, but Belding cannot keep it in. That puck now skates into the U.S. zone. Picked up here by Callion. Callion now for the U.S. Chips that puck up. It'll cross the blue line. It'll be offside. Yep, Callion got that puck just across the blue line, and Canada made contact with it. Easy offside call. Face-off coming to neutral ice. U.S. needs to make some changes here. They got a few men on the ice. Just a few. That puck goes to Canada on the face-off. Picked up there by Canada. They're looking for a stick. Ooh, good stick there by Miller to stop the pass. That puck is now back to center ice. Picked up there by Blake. Ooh, he misses it on the stick on a puck. Picked up now by Mizuraka at center ice. He will look to bring it into the U.S. zone. He does. And it's going to be offside again. Face-off now will be in neutral ice to goalie left. That puck will go to Mitchell now for the U.S. He will chip it down along the boards into the Canada zone. Picked up now behind the Canadian net. That puck is going to be pushed up towards center ice by Canada. They've still got it. Possession, they still have it. Now that puck is into the U.S. zone. But good stick there by Stenica, and Mitchell and Miller are both there. That puck is still now in the U.S. zone. It's on goalie right. Grabbed there by Richard. He looks for a teammate. He's got one. That is for Nazier. For Nazier now right in front of the goal. Takes a shot. That puck goes wide left. That is now to goalie left. Now the puck is behind the net. Picked up by Miller. Miller for the U.S. He's got it. Coming up the ice. He crosses into neutral ice. He's got Stenica with him. Miller drops that puck for Stenica. Ooh, Stenica could just not get his stick on a couple of Canadian defenders there. No goal, no goal. So there was no pass there, no clean pass. He dropped it for Stenica, but Stenica just couldn't get a stick on it. A couple of Canadian defenders in the way. So that face-off will now come out to neutral ice. Yep, referee will be moving that face off the neutral ice, yep. So neutral ice to goalie right in front of the Canadian bench. Face-off goes to Canada. They're going to push that puck now across center ice. Brown for the U.S. will go to retrieve it. He does. Tries to get it out, and there it is. It's out. Now picked up by Canada in neutral ice again. That puck is now chipped down into the U.S. zone. It's going to come around behind the net, picked up by Kane. Kane is now goalie left with the puck. He sends it out. That puck is now out of the zone, picked up by Beauregard, I believe, at center ice. Now Kane will have it again. Carbon copy play we just saw. Kane will ring around behind the net, sends that puck up the boards, but kept in by Juha. So Canada still has the puck in the U.S. zone. Now Kane will pick it up again. Once again, we'll try to clear it, and he does. That puck is going to go down the ice. We'll see if it goes far enough for icing here, and it will. So whistle here for icing with 11:31 to go in the period. And that faceoff will come back down into the U.S. zone. Faceoff here between Juha and Ashba. And a puck goes to the U.S. Kane takes it now behind the U.S. net. He sends that puck up, and it goes off the net, so we'll have another quick stoppage here. He tried to ring that puck along the boards, along the glass, but it just scooted up the glass and hit the net. So another faceoff coming here in the U.S. zone. Faceoff will be to goalie right this time.
Goaltender had to be careful there. We almost saw the super rare blind hockey own goal. The U.S. center won that so cleanly back at their own net. That almost went in.
Faceoff now goes to the U.S. in their own zone. They get the puck out. Now Canada has it at center ice. That's Butterfield. He battles there with Shear. Shear goes down, slides into the wall. He's okay. He's up. Puck now pushed into the U.S. zone. Kane will pick it up to goalie left. Now he skates to goalie right. He's going to send that puck back up along the boards. Clank has it for the U.S. at center ice. Clank now chipping it down into the Canada zone. Clank gets position on the puck there. He's got it, but now Canada picks it up. Canada has it now, skating back up the ice. They cross center ice with it, looking for some teammates, and they're going to be offside into the U.S. zone. So another face-off coming here into neutral ice as Canada was offside on that play.
That was an awfully close one, but you know when you're offside, you're offside. The players don't like it, but the lineswoman was right there and she made the call. So face-off's going to be just outside the U.S. blue line.
Face-off here is popped up into the air. Now that goes toward the Canadian bench, picked up there by Fernazier. Fernazier has it, circling back in their own zone, looking to regroup. Now he'll come up the ice. Ooh, makes big contact there with, I believe, Mitchell. They just kind of went both going for the same place at the same time. Took a big hit there. We'll make sure he's okay before we continue play here. We got 10:38 to go here in the second period. 4-0 Canada right now. And it looks like Fernazier is up and on the bench now, so that's good to see. And he was coming up the ice with a lot of speed and just ran right into Charlie Mitchell. Definitely a big blow there for both of them. I think Charlie wasn't moving that fast, and Fernazier ran right into him. And glad to see he's up and on the bench. Face-off now will be in the Canadian zone on goalie right. Canada needs one more player. There they go. They've got it. That's Haché joining the party. And here we go. Face-off there, drawn back by Canada. They've got it now in the right corner. But immediately the U.S. gets a stick on it. That's Miller. He sends it toward the goal. No pass yet, obviously. Fighting for it now on goalie right in the corner. The puck's going to ring up toward the blue line and across the blue line, now into the U.S. zone. Canada does have a rush here. They've got one player in deep. They're looking for a teammate. Picked up there behind the net. They've got the whistle on a little drop pass. That's going to be Misaraka. He skates it up to the center, takes a shot toward goal. That goes wide right. That puck is down goalie right in the corner. Ooh, big hit along the corner here. Misaraka and Belding get together. Now Mizuraka is behind the net. He's still got the puck. Hassled there by Miller. Mizuraka goes into the wall. Miller goes down. Now Miller's up. Now Mizuraka's down. Mizuraka's back up. That puck is now goalie right. Picked up there by the U.S. That's Miller. He will send it up and out of the zone. Heavy action here on the U.S. end of the ice. A lot of contact, but clean contact. Just some hockey plays. Ooh, big play there along the boards there. They're fighting for the puck as people were changing. Make sure they're okay with that door. That puck is now center ice, picked up there by Canada. That's Juha. He comes into the zone. Changes going on. Some confusion on both benches right now, but looks like changes are done. Now Canada has it. That's Richard. Big contact in front of us here as Belding and Juha get together. Now Richard has it. He sends it over. Morgan will have it for the U.S. He will push that puck along. Now Kitterman will get that puck back out. 9:15 to go in the second period here, and action is heating up on the ice. Canada will now chip that puck down into the U.S. zone. They're going to have that puck covered by Mead Colgrove. Good play by him. So that puck was kind of rolling in there. It wouldn't have been a shot on goal, obviously, because there was no pass, but he just stopped that puck to get the face-off as opposed to letting it bounce away and give them a shot at making that pass.
Oh, very, very good stoppage by Mead Colgrove, because there were 2 Canadian yellow sweaters in the zone and 0 American sweaters as they were in the midst of the line change. So great job by Mead Colgrove to stop it, and the officials are calling it a shot on net and bringing it outside, so that's a great call. That's the correct interpretation of the adapted blind hockey rules as the puck gets dropped back into play.
Puck now is at center ice, picked up there by Juha. He battles for it with Klenk and Sietska Morgan. That puck is pushed now into the Canadian zone. It is now at the blue line and back to center ice. Big battle going on here at the Canadian blue line. Couple of players involved in it. Now that puck is pushed down into the Canada zone. And is goalie right. Now it's behind the net, and now goalie left. Rolls up toward the blue line. Kane will keep it in for the U.S. Kane is there looking for a teammate. He's got one in the center. That's Klenk. Klenk takes a big shot, but it's blocked by a Canadian defender. I think that was Blay in front of the net. U.S. still has the whistle, but Canada has possession. They're going to look to chip it out, and they do. Kane tries to keep it in, but that puck was airborne just for a little bit too long. Was not able to keep that puck in. And now Canada will have it, and then we'll send that puck down the ice. U.S. will move to retrieve it in their own zone. So good play calling, or good play set up there by the U.S. Klenk had a good shot, but it was just blocked by the Canadian defenders right in front of the goal. That puck is now pushed into the Canada zone. Butterfield picks it up for Canada. A couple of U.S. changes going on here. That puck now comes to center ice. Callion for the U.S. is there. He's got it. He'll move around a Canadian defender into the Canada zone, but loses possession there right at the Canada blue line. Now Canada will have a rush coming the other way. They've got 2 players inside. Good play by Callion. Good play by Mead Colgrove. Oh, what a play right there. So Canada had 2 defenders coming inside. And there may be a penalty coming here as well.
Yeah, that's number 20 USA is getting a hooking call. Probably a smart penalty to take. Jason Juha is pretty lethal. The pass was good. He was in all alone. I think that's a penalty he's not going to feel too bad about if it prevents a goal. However, this Canadian power play has been lethal, so we'll see what they do with their first power play opportunity of the second period with 7:45 remaining.
Yeah, but you got to give good credit to Mead Colgrove on that play, too, because even with the hooking, that puck was still coming in at him, and he made a good save on it as well. So face-off will now be in the U.S. zone. 2 minutes on the power play, and 7:45 to go in the period. Still 4-0 Canada here in Game 3 of the International Blind Ice Hockey Series in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're happy you're joining us. If you've been with us all weekend, we appreciate you. If this is your first game this weekend, hey, we appreciate you too. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here for some Sunday morning hockey.
Head coach Mike Svack trying to lobby the refs, doing his job as the head coach of the U.S. national team. I think all of our coaches here this weekend have done a wonderful job with both clubs, and that's a volunteer commitment by all of them. So huge appreciation to all of our coaching staffs as the puck's about to be dropped in for this Team Canada power play.
Puck dropped in on goalie left, but the U.S. will try to get it out there. Not able to. That's Richard. Now he gets it in. That puck is now going to be behind the net. That is picked up by Young. Young sends it up the board, but looks like Canada's still going to keep it in. They do. Mitchell is there trying to get that puck out. Canada has possession again. Takes a big shot toward net. That goes wide. It's now goalie right. That puck is going to be ringed around. Good play there by Kane. Gets that puck around the boards and down into the Canada zone. 1:34 to go on the power play here. Canada will regroup for another rush. They're bringing that puck into the zone. They've got the whistle again. That puck is on the stick of, big shot right along the net. That was just a goalie left, and another puck is chipped back out. So that was Haché that was on the blue line, kept that in, sent it down, and Mizoraka was able to take a big shot on net, but it went just wide. That puck is now down in the Canada zone, now at center ice, now chipped into the U.S. zone. That's Haché again, he has it. Picks up Mizoraka, now he's got the whistle. That puck is now going to be goalie right up against the boards. Ringed around now. That puck is on edge, rolling behind the net. Kitterman there knocks it down for the U.S., sends it over. But Mizoraka immediately picks it up. Now that puck is back to Mizoraka again. He is still goalie left, looking for a lane. He's got a couple of blue sweaters between him and the goal, but he skates around, takes another shot. That puck is off the pipe. Big shot by Mizoraka, and that puck goes right off the pipe. Just missed another goal there as Canada gets it back into the zone now. Picked up by Kitterman now. And we've got a whistle. Offside. 6:15 to go in the period now. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage for Canada. And yeah, what a shot there by Mizoraka. That went right off the pipe.
Team Canada is going to do a goaltender switch. So exiting the game with a shutout is Lauren Weber, and entering the game at the midway point is number 33, Joey Cabral. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all 3 times Canada has done a goaltending switch, they've actually been on the power play. So just interesting that at the midway point of all 3 second periods, Canada has been on the power play.
Canada getting the rest of their line on the ice here. They've got it. Now the face-off at neutral ice picked up by Canada. They'll send it down into the U.S. zone. That's Kitterman and McKechnie here battling for it in the corner, goalie right. He looks for Juha. He's got him. Now Juha's got it at the face-off dot, but he loses it immediately. Belding will have it behind the net here. He fights with Juha and Proven. Belding again there. Proven and battling behind the net. Good hit by Belding there to get that puck ringed around to goalie right. Now McKechnie will try to push that puck. Kitterman will now grab it. That puck is now going to be kicked out of the zone by Kitterman. Good clear by him. And that PK is over for the U.S., so they successfully kill that off. 5:40 to go in the period. That puck is now at center ice. Picked up there again by Canada. I believe that's Juha bringing it in. He's looking for a teammate. He's got one. Wasn't sure if that was going to be a clean pass or not, but it was. Doesn't matter now because the puck is cleared back out by Miller. Miller and Morgan going up the ice are the only U.S. players down in the Canada zone right now. Now Miller has it. He skates around. That puck goes over the blue line. They'll have to regroup there. And that's going to be toward the goalie and a whistle. Obviously no pass whistle at that point, so they're going to have a face-off here at neutral ice, I would assume. 5:10 to go in the period.
What a great penalty kill by Team USA. Give the 4 defenders on the ice credit. They kept Canada to the perimeter, and they didn't really get too many good looks on that power play. So good job killing off those 2 minutes. Let's see if they can build on that momentum.
Puck is now down in the Canada zone. Picked up there in the corner, goalie left. That puck is still in the zone. Now Beauregard has it behind the net. I believe that's now Richard has it. He's going to look to skate it up. That puck will go outside the blue line, now back to neutral ice. That puck is now picked up by Kane at center ice. He's got Clank with him. They come down into the Canadian zone. Kane looks for Clank. Clank has it right in front of the net, takes a shot, and it bounces right over, and now we got a penalty. Looks like a tripping penalty. I didn't see who that was on, though. Did you see who had that penalty, Matt?
Yeah. Big Dave Clank heading to the box. Unfortunate penalty, but he got his stick accidentally in Sean Heaslip's skates, which sent him headfirst into the boards. And while it was unintentional, you are responsible for your stick at all times. So now Canada's going to go right back onto the power play. Let's see if these penalty killers can do it again.
Face off here in the U.S. zone to goalie right. Mizuraka and Morgan get tangled up, but now Hachey will come away with the puck. He skates around behind the net. Now he starts and stops, comes around. Ooh, good stick there by Kane. He stops that puck from getting to Mizuraka. Still no, there's the pass. Now Mizuraka will shoot it behind the net. He looks for the wraparound there, but Kane is right there in Hachey's face to stop that puck from going in. Another big play by Kane, another big play by Morgan, and he will get that puck back out. So some pushing and shoving there right around the U.S. net as they tried for the wraparound, and there were just too many U.S. defenders right in the way there. 4:04 to go in the period, 1:24 to go in the penalty. They're now down in the Canada zone, and then the puck will be cleared to center ice. Canada picks it up there. U.S. defenders trying to get back into their zone here. That's McKechnie. He drops it for Mizuraka. Mizuraka's got the whistle. He's behind the net, coming around to goalie left. He skates up to the face-off dot, now to the point. Still skating, still circling, looking for a lane. U.S. defender goes down. Mizuraka now trying to keep control of that puck. He's now goalie right, takes a shot to the middle, looking for Provin, but Mitchell is there. She cannot get the puck. Mitchell holds up Provin. She can't get there. That puck is now pushed over, and Richard has it. He will take a big shot, and that is saved by Mead Colgrove. The rebound picked up by Provin. She cannot get a shot off. That puck is now goalie right. Now the puck is now still goalie right behind the net. Belding has it. He will look to clear it out, and he does. Big clear there by Belding to force Canada to tag up and get back onside. Heavy action here down right around the U.S. goal on this PK. Pass made again to Juha. Juha will go, and that will be a top shelf goal from Juha. So immediately pass goes to Juha, and he skated right around through the blue paint in front of Mead Colgrove and dipped it in over Mead Colgrove's left shoulder.
Yeah, what a beautiful finish by Juha. Unfortunate series of events. Daniel Belding had just cleared the zone, but they didn't get it deep, and all four defenders went to change. So really need to be in sync in blind hockey in terms of when people are changing, but Juha's not going to get a look much better than that, left all alone in front of the net, and he makes no mistake going top shelf on the backhand.
So that will end the power play with that goal. We have 3:04 to go in the period. Face-off here at center ice will go to Canada. Picked up there at center ice, but now the U.S. will have it. That is Kane. Kane and Stenica along the boards. Now Stenica will look to move into Canadian territory. He does. Looking for a teammate. Can't find one there, and the puck is turned over right in front of the net, but now Stenica fights hard in the corner. That's goalie left. Still fighting there. Kane will try to keep that puck in, but he's just not able to. That puck is now going to be out. Kane will then chip it back into the Canadian zone. Again, picked up there by Canada. They'll send it to center ice. Kane again along the boards. Sends that puck up, and that puck will get lodged in the net, actually. That puck is up and between the glass and the net. One of our helpful fans jumps in and knocks that puck back into the ice. So thank you there to the fan that got that puck back on the playing surface for us. We had that puck kind of like jumped up and rolled along the top of the glass and then got stuck between the glass and the netting. Kind of crazy. 2:30 to go in the period. Face-off here at center ice. Clank will win that face-off for the U.S., but he chips it down into the Canada zone. Now Canada will have it. They'll send it across center ice. It'll be retrieved there by Callion. Callion has it back in the U.S. zone. He will turn, looking for a U.S. player up the ice. He finds one in Sietska Morgan. She will chase that puck down into the Canada zone, but Canada beats her to it. They've got possession. Now Morgan has it. She looks for a teammate. She's got one with Clank. He takes a big shot on goal, but that goes just wide. Good play there between Sietska Morgan and Dave Clank to get that shot on goal, but that went just wide. Puck is still goalie right in the Canada zone. Kept in by Callion. Now he takes a shot toward the center of the ice, or towards the center of the zone. That puck is now goalie left in the corner. Fighting for it in the corner is Shear and a couple of Canadian players. Now picked up there. There's a two U.S. players and a Canadian player in the corner. Now Clank has it again in the center, right in front of the goal, but that puck is going to be cleared back out. Ooh, is it kept in? I don't know if it was. I think it might be offsides. Offside. It is. Yep. So they tried to get that puck and keep it in, but they just weren't able to. It bounced a little bit over the blue line for the U.S. So they will make a change, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off here with 1:30 to go in the period. Face-off here coming in neutral ice to goalie left. That puck drop goes into the Canada zone, but Canada picks it up. Circling now They're going to come up towards center ice. That is Heaslip at center ice with Richard. Big battle at center ice there with them and Kane. Now Kane comes away with the puck. He chips it up toward Kitterman, but he does not get him. Hachey has it for the Canadians. Now Kitterman has it at center ice. Now Hachey again has it. Big battle again, still at center ice. Hachey into the U.S. zone. Now kicks that puck forward, looking for a teammate behind him. He's got Mizuraka. They've got the pass. Mizuraka goes down. He slides into the wall. Mizuraka's now back up, but Kane will have that puck and clear it out for the U.S. Not able to keep it in is Canada. 50 seconds to go in the period. That puck is now ringed down to goalie right. It is in the corner here. Going to be retrieved by Mizuraka. He looks for Hachey right by the net, and now Mead Colgrove will cover that puck. He was looking for Heaslip right by the net, but Heaslip was going around behind the net, and that puck just basically wedged between Mead Colgrove and the corner of the net. And we'll have a face-off here with 40 seconds to go in the period. Since that was just an attempted pass and not a shot on goal with no pass whistle, the face-off will be in the U.S. zone to goalie right. That puck is now in the corner there, picked up by Stenica. Stenica will have the puck to goalie left. Ooh, refs are kind of right in the middle of that right there. Be careful. Stenica now battling for it in the corner there. Callion is there for the U.S. as well. The puck's now behind the net, going goalie right. And picked up there by Mizuraka. Good stick by Miller to stop that pass to Proven. Puck now goes to center ice and picked up there by Butterfield. He's hassled there by Mitchell. Now Callion has it for the U.S. Callion pushes it down into the Canadian zone. 10 seconds to go in the period. Callion has the puck to goalie right in the Canada zone. He's in the corner looking for a U.S. teammate. He cannot find one there. It does go round to goalie left. They do get the whistle. Big shot by Stenica right as time expires, but that goes right to the left of the goalie. So U.S. had one kind of big play there at the end. They tried to get going, and Stenica fired that puck right as time was expiring, but it was not going to go in anyways. It was wide of the net to the left. So after 2, it is Canada 5, U.S. 0 here in Game 3 of the International Blind Ice Hockey Series in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Appreciate you joining us.
And here at Intermission, we're going to be joined by a special guest, one of Team Canada's veterans, Mark Demonis, who unfortunately has been out this series with a mid-body injury, I guess we would say, a lower back injury. Mark, how's the weekend going for you and your teammates?
Oh, it's obviously not going the greatest rate, but that doesn't really matter. I think what's most important is to see the hockey out here on both teams, Canada and USA, and how much the quality and the caliber has grown, and it's a testament to all the athletes playing and how much we're growing this sport. I think that's what's most important here this weekend.
So speaking of growing the sport, Mark, you know, you've obviously been involved since day one, and you remember the very first USA Summit, which became the USA Blind Hockey Classic back in 2014, and now you see all these different divisions here this weekend. How much has the sport grown in the United States over the last 8 years?
Oh, it's grown a ton. I mean, I was fortunate to watch some of the youth blind hockey happening before this game, and I was talking to Kelly Sirbu, who was also injured with me, and we were watching it. And we can believe to think that you know, kids and youth in the U.S. are playing the game. It's absolutely phenomenal, and they have a lot of ambassadors and mentors to look up to now with the national team, and you know, it's grown tremendously, and you know, they need more support. USA Hockey with USA Blind Hockey. They need more support, and so if you're out there and you're listening, you're from the U.S., help them out. They're a great group. Tim Kane is quite the leader. I'm telling you, hell of a hockey player, and they got a lot of good ambassadors on this team, and they deserve a lot more. And I'm proud of all those players on the U.S.
Well, I think that's a great point, Mark. That you know, in Canada, USA, Finland, Sweden, all these places we're trying to get programs going. The most important thing is finding that support, finding those sponsors or those partners that are really able to help with you know, the significant cost of putting on a parasport blind hockey program. Ice time's never cheap. Traveling to tournaments certainly is expensive, especially when you factor in an entire team and coaching staff. So we're always looking for new partners, new sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, I mean, the Turnstone Foundation, which has been hosting us here this weekend, has done a phenomenal job. This has been a really wonderful event, and it's just nice to see that every time we come back down to an event in the U.S., they seem to get bigger and better. Mark, what's your favorite memories so far of competing in blind hockey in the United States?
Oh, that's a good question. I've actually never thought of that. Memory competing against the U.S. past probably Probably 2018 in Pittsburgh was pretty special just because it was the first time for both teams, and I just remember the feeling our team walking into the rink in Pittsburgh for game one, and it's just a feeling we can't describe. It felt like a team of pioneers on both sides of the ice doing something that's never been done before. It was really special, and before we're in the room, just knowing that we're not only playing the game internationally for the first time, but we're starting to trailblaze and ensure that others, who come after us are able to play. And that's why more youth are playing across North America, youth programs happening in Europe. Again, as you said, Matt, to all those who are tuned in around the world, Finland, Sweden, Australia, Czechia, wherever you are, we are here because of you as well. And we thank you because your hard work around the world and for the youth, adults, wherever you're playing globally, it's thanks to you as well. We know, rest assured, there's going to be more international countries playing. We're going to do whatever we can collectively as a team. There's something special about blind hockey. While we play on different countries, we are truly one big global community who wants the best for one another. And again, that's why I say I'm proud of Team USA. The scoreboard shouldn't be a reflection of their hard work that they've had getting here. I'm proud of each and every one of them. Kudos to Coach Mike Spack and his team. And I tell you, last night it was great to spend some time with both teams together over dinner and watching the Fort Wayne Comets. It's great to realize, we all play for our respective countries, and we all, we play against each other, and the chirps and the body check and everything that happens. Off the ice, we all deal with the same adversity. We're all still very close and tight-knit, and I think that's a testament to what hockey should be, and everyone here has proven that.
So, Mark, I want to touch on something you said here. So, 2018, the first time Canada and USA playing each other, that was really the culmination of a vision that started in 2010. You were at that meeting with the leaders of the various Canadian clubs that existed at the time, and we had said it in our strategic plan that, okay, step one, let's bring the parasport of blind hockey to the U.S. Let's get a Team USA. I think in 2010 we thought we could get that done in 3 or 4 years, and it took us till 2018, a full 8 years, to realize that first step of the dream. Where do you see us timeline-wise, now that we have Canada and USA and some fledgling programs in 3 or 4 other countries? Where do you see us in terms of timeline of getting a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth international country at this event and really building it into a world championships?
Well, that's a good question. It takes time, right? I mean, we look at sledge hockey and its growth. It made its debut in 2002 in Salt Lake City, and but it was playing for quite a while, growing the game globally. And you look at women's para hockey, how well they're doing growing the game globally. And I think right now, if we 2022, if we look to 2030, the next 8 years, I think there's a big opportunity to bring in 2 to 4 more nations at least that can ice their teams, and we're not going to stop. The Canadian teams, the U.S. teams, they're going to be there along the way to help support these global countries as well. Teams like Sweden and Finland and whoever's out there that wants to play the game, we're going to make sure there's those opportunities. And international competition is great, but there's also, I'm sure, going to be more forms of blind hockey being played at the recreational and high performance levels as well.
Awesome. So the next major event is the 2023 Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament. And I've been speaking with parents of the other divisions, and I know the Pittsburgh team is all very excited to come up again now that we're able to travel and get back together. And in 2019, we set a blind hockey record with 142 participants competing in 5 different divisions. We've already been informed by Finland that they're fundraising to try to bring 11 players to compete at this event. I think we are easily going to surpass that 142, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're creeping close to 200 participants at that event, which is just phenomenal to see in terms of the growth. And I think one of the goals that Canada, USA, and these new countries that are coming on board really need to commit to is I think we need to look to 2025 to have a 4 Nations Cup. I think that's really the next step in growing this game internationally. So I think the challenge is out there. I think Finland right now is the clubhouse leader. Let's see who can put together a national team that's going to be able to train over the next 2 years and then come compete with Canada and USA in a 4 Nations Cup. Mark, before we go on a quick intermission, anything else you'd like to add?
I just want to give a special congratulations to Amanda Provin on Team Canada, who makes history to be Canada's first female national team athlete. Super proud of her. On behalf of all my teammates, we want to say congratulations, Amanda. You've had a heck of a weekend. We're proud of you. Keep up the great work. There's a lot of girls across the country who are blind and partially sighted who are really looking to you and to Laura Mark and Hillary Scanlon and everyone out there who's really trailblazing for women's blind hockey and proud of all of you. Congratulations, Amanda. Congratulations to all the athletes. And hey, you know what? Regardless of what's on the scoreboard, what's most important is all these players are defying the odds and doing what no one thinks you can. That's way bigger than any score will ever be. So thanks, Matt. Thanks for all your hard work, and enjoy the rest of this game, and hope safe travels for everyone getting home. And to all tuned in, this is the first of many more blind hockey games to come. So thank you for your tune in. And Nico, wherever you're listening, buddy, we'll be seeing you soon. Cheers.
Very well said, Mark. Thanks a lot. And I love that you touched on the women's side of the game. You know, at the 2022 Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament, we had the very first ever women's summit and the first ever game with all female players. And the challenge that's been extended now this year is we're looking to recruit enough players that we can have the very first women's division, at the very least a 3-game series embedded within that Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament. So for all our viewers out there that are connected to the blind hockey community, make sure to circle March 22nd to 24th, 2023 on your calendar, and come on up to Toronto, Ontario. We're going to have 5 or 6 different divisions to play, and hopefully the very first ever women's blind hockey series. We're going to take a very short break and then come back with third period action in the 2022 International Blind Ice Hockey Series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Period 3 here in Game 3 of the International Blind Ice Hockey Series here in Fort Wayne. My name is Ian Essling. I'm the GM of the U.S. Blind Team. I'm also joined here by Matt Morrow, the Executive Director of Blind Hockey in Canada, and Thomas Quinn on the camera. We are here with you for one more period of hockey action here this weekend. We really appreciate everybody tuning in and joining, and we are ready to go here for this final period in Game 3, Sunday morning hockey. Players coming out to center ice here to get started, and the U.S. will look to build on their momentum they had in that second period. After a rough start to the game, giving up 4 goals in the first period, they definitely were able to lock that down a bit more in the second period with only 1 goal being scored. 5-0 Canada here to start the third. And here comes the face-off at center ice. That face-off will go to Canada. Now it's down in their zone. That puck lifted up to center ice, coming down into the U.S. zone, picked up there by Canada, and now Kane will have it. Kane has it for the U.S. He sends it along the boards. That puck is now outside, back into the center ice. Now Miller has it. He's down into the Canadian zone, looks for a teammate, but that pass is intercepted. Canada has it now. Will bring it back up the ice. Cruising into the U.S. zone here is Richard. He goes down, battling with Mitchell at the boards. That puck will now be shot down into the Canadian zone. Miller will be there to retrieve it. No icing. Now grabbed in front of the Canadian net by Canada. They're going to come down into the U.S. zone now again. And I think that's going to be a tripping call on U.S. right there as they were coming. Canada was coming into the U.S. zone. And I think 24, Blake Stenica, is going to take that penalty. Yep, looks like it. Blake Stenica to the box, and the U.S. will go back on the PK here. Goalie change for the U.S. here, too. So Andrew Mead Colgrove is out. He's on the bench right now, and it looks like TJ Stewart is making his debut for the U.S. blind team here in period 3 of Game 3. Face-off now will be to goalie right in the U.S. zone. Shear against Mizoraka here. Mizoraka wins that one for the moment. It goes to McKecken. They get the pass whistle. Shear tries to get it out, and he does. That puck skips over Beauregard's stick. Now that puck is down into the U.S. zone, picked up there by Kane. He'll look to delay, waste some time. He goes around behind the net. Big shot by Kane out across the center ice and all the way down in the Canadian zone. Good time waster there on this PK. 1:38 to go on the penalty. Canada grabs it in their own zone. Now they've got it. Goalie right. Chipping up along the boards. That puck crosses center ice. Grabbed there by Young for the U.S., but immediately a Canadian stick is on it. Now Kane has it for the U.S. He's got it once again, coming now on goalie right. Chips it back along the boards, and that puck is out again, back into the Canada zone. Picked up there by Butterfield. Butterfield has it now for Canada. U.S. making some changes. 1:15 to go on the man advantage for Canada. That puck comes down into the U.S. zone, right in front of the U.S. bench as changes are happening, so Callion picks it up for the U.S. He's got it now coming around behind the net. He stops, starts, now fighting in the corner with Mizoraka. That puck is goalie left. Ooh, big push there by Mizoraka on Callion. And a whistle. That is pretty much going to be a penalty there for Mizoraka, I'm assuming. Yep, it is. That was pretty blatant there right in front of the U.S. goal. And Mizoraka and Callion have been getting a little chippy through this game, and I think frustration got the best of him right there, and he just pushed Callion over kind of right in front of the ref, too. If you're going to make that move, you can't do it right in front of the refs, that's for sure. So it'll now be 4-on-4 for the next 55 seconds, and then we will go to a U.S. power play for a minute. And that's 2 minutes for roughing on Mizoraka. Face-off here now in the Canadian zone to goalie right. That puck now goes back to center ice. U.S. won that. They'll pick it up there. That's Miller. Miller circles. He's got the puck now, but now taken away by Hachey. Hachey in the U.S. zone, looking for a teammate, not finding one. He sends the puck over to goalie right. Picked up there by Callion. Callion chips it up the board, but again picked up there by Canada. That is Juha. Juha sends it over to Hachey. Hachey takes a big shot on goal. It goes wide left. They do still have the whistle, but Miller has it. He's going to try to get that puck out, and he looks like he might. It's still in the zone, but U.S. has possession. So U.S. now will push that puck over the blue line back to neutral ice. Juha then steals that puck from Miller. Juha back now into the U.S. zone. Still 4-on-4 here for 14 more seconds. Juha now with the puck. He's got the puck to goalie right. He makes the pass there to Hachey. They have the whistle here. They're battling along the boards here. Goalie right. That's Morgan getting together with Juha. Now Hachey gets into Miller. Miller goes down. Callion with the puck behind the net. Now Callion sends that puck over. Penalty over. U.S. power play now. Callion sends that puck down, out of the zone, into center ice. Canada picks it up, and they're going to chip it down into the U.S. zone, trying to waste some time. 50 seconds here now on the Canada penalty and the U.S. power play. Proven now sends that puck into the U.S. zone, but picked up again by Callion. Callion chips it up to center ice, looking for Sietska Morgan. Morgan now at center ice, spins around, comes back into the U.S. zone. That puck is now down into the U.S. zone as well. Juha picks it up. He's behind the net, looking for a teammate. He's got Proven in front of the net. Juha still behind the net, fighting there with Kane. Now that puck is goalie left. Kane has it. He skates up the ice. That puck is out of the zone across center ice. Picked up there by Canada. Now that puck is again shot back into the U.S. zone. Kevin Brown goes to retrieve it for the U.S. He's got Kane with him. Brown retrieves it, rings it around goalie right. Picked up there by Stenica. But Stenica battles hard with Juha there in the corner. Now Klenk has it for the U.S. He sends it up the ice, headed toward the Canadian zone. 2 seconds to go on the power play, and that will expire the power play. Mizuraka out of the box. It's now 5-on-5, 11:05 to go in the period. Puck now down into the U.S. zone. Going to be picked up there by Shear. Shear then sends it towards center ice. Just misses Sietska Morgan on the pass. That puck will go all the way down toward the Canada end. And it actually scooted past the goaltender who wasn't expecting it and went into the net. Clearly not a goal, obviously, from that range, and not a pass being completed or anybody being onside, but it scooted all the way down there and slid right past him into the goal, so that faceoff will come back down into the U.S. zone. 10:51 to go here in the third period, 5-0. Canada still leading. Referee shaking the puck here for the face-off between Mizuraka and Klenk. That face-off goes to the U.S. Klenk wins it, and then Shear sends it out. That puck will skate along the boards on the far side. It's got goalie right in Canada's zone. U.S. will make a change here. Now Canada has it. They're going to come up the ice with it. They cross center ice. Ooh, big hit at center ice. Richard and I believe that was Shear ran into each other there. But they're both up. They're good. Callion now has it down in the U.S. zone. Now Shear sends it back to center ice. Picked up there by Mitchell. Now Mitchell is in the Canadian zone, but U.S. making a change behind him. No teammates with him. That puck is turned over there on the boards on goalie left. Puck is now across the blue line back to center ice. Now Belding has it center ice. Now Morgan will make a change. She gets off the ice. Canada will chip it down into the U.S. zone. That is Mizuraka. He circles around behind the net looking for a teammate to make that pass. He's got one teammate there. He makes the pass. That puck is shot, but it is wide right of the goal. Callion picks it up behind the net. Ooh, Mizuraka goes into Callion. Now a couple of players are battling for it. The puck is right along the net, and now the puck is away. Luke Miller comes out of that scrum with the puck. He comes down the ice. He's down the ice coming into the Canada zone. He's got Stenica with him. He's got 3 defenders. He hits Stenica. Stenica with a big shot, and that's a goal. Tremendous play there by Luke Miller and Blake Stenica to come down the ice. So that was a great play that started all the way on the U.S. side of the ice. So there were 4 or 5 players getting together behind the net. When that puck kind of squirted out of that group, suddenly Miller had it. 4 players were still behind the net. And Miller came down the ice, got Stenica with him, made the pass, and made the goal.
What a great goal. I mean, nice play by Miller to really use his legs. Team Canada had a couple players caught deep, and I think Miller recognized the odd man situation. And great on Blake Stenica. Stick on the ice, redirect that puck into the net, and get the USA on the board.
Face-off now at center ice. That comes back down into the U.S. zone now. Kane has it. Kane will chip that up to center ice. Picked up there by Canada. They will try to get it into the U.S. zone. They will. That puck comes in. They do get the pass immediately, so McKechnie catches that pass from Juha. They've got the whistle, but now Kane has it, and he'll try to chip it back out of the zone. He will. Canada defenders playing pretty aggressive here. No one was on the blue line right there. Now Kitterman has it down into the Canadian zone. A couple of players go down coming in, and there's going to be a penalty here. So the referees go arms go up. Might be an interference call. Let's see what we have here. I think I heard 37 yellow for interference. So I think it'll be a power play for the U.S. Yep, looks like it. I see a Canadian player in the box. So a Canadian player was a little bit shaken up at the end of that play as well, was down behind the goal. They're up, headed toward the bench. So double whammy there for Canada because they're going to get the penalty and they had a player shaken up. So they'll be short a man for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, the penalty ends up being an interference call. There was quite the collision between one American and 2 Canadian players. It looks like Francois Beauregard got the worst of it, sliding feet first into the boards. Looks like he's going to be okay, though, able to skate to the bench under his own power. So that's great to see that he's up. And U.S., now having just scored a goal, has an opportunity to go on the power play and see if they can double up.
So 9:02 to go in the period, in the game. 2 minutes on the power play. Face-off will be goalie left in the Canada zone. Power play for the U.S. This will be the first full power play of the game as that face-off goes to the U.S. They immediately get the pass off the face-off, so they've got the whistle there. Kane now has the puck. He takes a big shot from the point. They're trying to get the rebound there and get that puck in, but it just squirts away in front of the net. Now they will keep it in. Ooh, Kane. Look, he does keep it in. Kane keeps it in, looking to take another shot from the point. He does. That puck goes way high, bounces off the glass, bounces over goalie right now in the corner. Canada will look to get it out this time. A couple of players battling for it along the boards. Now that puck is out, sent back down into the U.S. zone right in front of us here. That's goalie right in the U.S. zone, picked up there by Kane. Kane will now bring that puck up, 1:23 to go on the penalty. Now Miller has it in the U.S. zone, and that's going to be offside. I think Kevin Brown was just a couple of steps ahead of Miller there, and that's going to be offside on the U.S. So they'll bring that puck back to neutral ice. 1:16 to go on the penalty, 8:18 to go in the game. Face-off coming here in neutral ice. That face-off will go to the U.S. They chip it in. Ooh, 2 U.S. players get together. That was Shear and Stenica both going for the puck right there. They're going to get up. Beauregard went down as well for Canada. All 3 players are up. They're good. That puck is now at center ice. Mitchell has it for the U.S. He looks to bring it up. He chips that puck now into the Canada zone. That puck is right in front of the net, now picked up by Canada. That puck will be shot along the boards and out, rolling on its edge all the way down into the U.S. zone. Another good time waster here from Canada. Mitchell's going to have it now. He circles behind the U.S. net. U.S. will look to regroup. 43 seconds to go on that power play. Now coming up the ice is Mitchell. He's at center ice. Good stick there by Canada to get that puck back into the U.S. zone and forestall that rush. Ashba now, he's going to grab that puck in the U.S. zone. He battles there with Juha. That puck is now shot way back behind the U.S. net, picked up there by Kitterman. He will try to regroup again. 25 seconds on the man advantage for the U.S. Another stick there by Juha. He is all over the place on this PK. Juha has it now in U.S. territory. He passes to the Shea. Juha for the wraparound, and he's going to get it. So Jason Juha there was all over the U.S. players on that power play, managed to get a steal, brought the puck in, made a quick pass to Hachey, and then zoomed around the left side of the net and got the wraparound before the U.S. goalie T.J. Stewart could get to his left and put that goal in. Short-handed goal for Canada.
Yeah, that was an elite penalty kill play by Jason Juha. He's just so tenacious all over the ice and managing to strip the U.S. of the puck. As soon as he gave it to Bruno Hachey, he knew he wanted to give it right back to Juha, and I don't blame him. When you got a scorer that dangerous, alone deep in the zone, give it to him, and the wraparound goal, short-handed, makes it 6-1 with 7 minutes left to play as play gets back underway into the Canada zone.
Puck is now down, goalie left in the Canada zone, and we got a whistle again. Might just be offside. So puck will be coming out here for a neutral ice faceoff. Faceoff goes into the Canada zone, now picked up there by Clank. He will look to ring that puck around. That puck goes around behind the net, but picked up there. Ooh, big hit. Big hit there. And Dave Clank goes down, and we've got a whistle. That's going to be, I think, another penalty. Let's see. Yep. Yep, looks like another penalty for Mizuraka there. So he will take a seat, and the U.S. will get another power play here with 6:56 to go. Body checking. That body checking is a penalty on Mizuraka there. So he'll be out for 2 minutes. U.S. will get their power play unit out here. A little confusion, I think. Only see 4 skaters on the ice. There's a 5th one. That's what you need, guys. There we go. That would not be a good power play if you only had 4 skaters out there. So they've got 5 now. And now Canada will make a change, it looks like. Timeout. Looks like a timeout. So Canada will talk about this one for a minute to get a line on what they want to do. Timeout here for Team Canada. Well, we have a minute. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors that have helped us this weekend, including Visit Fort Wayne, the Foreseeable Future Foundation, the Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, and Team Indiana. On top of that, we also want to thank our host, Turnstone, for everything that they've done all weekend, getting this event together and helping us put everything together from ice to transportation, the event we did last night at the Comets Arena. We also thank the Comets for the use of their splendid ice last night. It was really a treat to be able to play there as well as our games were playing here today. Really a tremendous weekend for both teams, and we appreciate everybody who's done everything to help make this event possible. It's been a long time coming with a couple of years in between U.S. and Canada matchup. And I think this has really been a good matchup between these teams to be able to see them back on the ice for the first time since 2019. So appreciate everybody from the organizations to the volunteers that made this weekend possible as we get ready to go back to play here with U.S. on the power play. Faceoff will be goalie right in Canada's zone. 6:56 to go. Faceoff goes to the U.S. for a moment, but then Canada chips it back out of the zone. That is Juha. Now picked up there by Kane. Kane has it down in the U.S. zone. He will look to move that puck up. He does. He's at center ice, now crossing into Canadian territory. He will drop that puck here, I think, for Callian. Nope, puck gets stolen there by Juha. Now Juha all by himself coming down into the U.S. zone. Probably just going to waste some time here waiting on reinforcements to come with him. Again, Juha circles around behind the net. Good stick there by Miller. Steals the puck away from Juha. Now Kane sends it up. Miller's got it. Now Miller is into the Canadian zone. Looking for a teammate. He's got Brown with him. Miller will circle behind the net. He's now goalie right. Looks for a teammate. He's found him center of the ice right there in front of the net. But that puck is immediately stolen away and ringed down into the U.S. zone. So they had a little something brewing there with Clank right in front of the net. But he loses that puck to Canada. And the U.S. will have to regroup with 1:08 to go on this power play. As they move up the ice, again, that is Kane. He's still out there moving into the Canadian zone. Kane has it, looks for Miller right in front of the ice, or in front of the net, but a big block by Canadian defender to stop that pass from even getting to Miller. They had it set up, but Canada saw it, moved in, and stopped that play from happening. Puck now is going to be out of the zone and offside. So they tried to keep that puck in, but it just jumped over Nick Callian's stick, and they were not able to keep it in. And a timeout here, I believe, for the U.S. team. And we'll talk some strategy here with 5:41 to go in the period and 45 seconds remaining on their power play. Once again, we appreciate everyone joining and listening to the streams all weekend long for these games. It's been our pleasure to bring you this live blind hockey action here from the 2022 International Blind Ice Hockey Series here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The third time these teams have played an international series. First in 2018 in Pittsburgh, 2019 in Ottawa, and now in 2022 in Fort Wayne.
And Ian, we've got a comment thanking us for our commentary. So I want to thank you, Ian, for doing this. You've done a wonderful job here. And it's nice to see that we've expanded not only on our official base and our player base, but also in our broadcast base. So the puck's being dropped back into play in the Canada end with Simon Richard controlling it and sending it down the ice on the penalty kill.
Thanks, Matt. That puck is now on the stick of Tim Kane. He brings it up the ice, sends it down into the Canadian zone. That puck is chipped to the goalie right. Canada picks it up now behind the net, though. They're going to have possession. 27 seconds to go on a penalty. Now fighting for it behind the net is Clank, but Canada does come away with that puck. They still have it. Ooh, big stick by Kane there in the Canada zone. That puck pops up in the air. Canada still has it. Now Juha picks it up. Juha is down into the U.S. zone. Sends it over. That pass is made. They send it toward the U.S. net, but just wide. Hachey picks it up to goalie right. Now Miller has it for the U.S. He will bring it up the ice. He gets it out of the U.S. zone, sending it into Canada zone. He chips it ahead, trying to get past Juha there. Juha and Miller will go into the corner. Goalie left, fighting for it. Juha comes away with the puck, and the penalty is now over. Canada successfully kills off that penalty. They're now 5-on-5. Back in the U.S. zone. McKechnie to Juha. Juha, big shot from the point, goes wide right of the net. Picked up again. Ooh, another shot coming from the left. I think that was Hachey. That also goes wide. That puck now from Alex Agus McKechnie, another shot that goes off TJ Stewart's right pad. 3 shots fast and furious here from Canada after they come off that PK. But now Miller has it on goalie left. He's trying to get it out. Morgan will now have it, and that puck is, just kept in by Mizoraka right at the blue line, fresh out of the box. Canada has it again. They'll look to take another shot. That goes off a blue U.S. defender wearing a blue jersey. That was Adam Young. He keeps that puck from going in. Now Mizoraka still has it, goalie left. He'll send it over to McKechnie. McKechnie, big shot right in front of the net, but it goes high just over TJ Stewart. Somebody's allowed to stick there. That's Morgan, no stick. Another shot, but that was wide right. Canada now still has the puck in the zone, still has the whistle. They are to the right of the goalie. Mizoraka, another big shot, blocked in front of the net by Adam Young. Now they're looking for the wraparound, and that will go in. So that puck went wide and then around and then picked up by Canada right to the goalie left. They went for the wraparound and did get that one in. And that was Hachey with the goal. That was 5 or 6 shots in rapid fire succession there. A number of good saves, a number of good blocks, and finally one did go in for Canada.
Yeah, on that shift, it just seemed inevitable that the puck was going to end up in the back of the net. Canada must have had 4 or 5 attempts, as you mentioned, and then Hachey taking it from behind the net, banking it off goaltender TJ Stewart's pad and into the net. And I believe that's his first of the tournament, as you saw him celebrate getting the monkey off his back, as they say. 3:40 left to go, 7-1, third period, Canada-USA 2022 International Blind Ice Hockey Series, as Tim Kane keeps it in at the point.
That puck is now still down in the Canada zone, picked up there by Kane. He's got it now. Ooh, he takes a pretty big hit along the boards there. He's okay. Now that puck is back toward the blue line. Kane has it, looking for a teammate. He's got one. They've got the pass whistle. Morgan now sends that puck toward the goal. Not enough power on it. It's blocked easily by a Canadian defender. Now they're going to go back down into the corner. That's goalie right. Canada tries to get that puck out, but Kane will keep it in along the boards. He takes a big shot toward the goal, but that goes high and wide. That is now goalie left, picked up there by Canada. They will be trying to keep in at the point, but not able to keep it in is the U.S. defender. Now Canada has the whistle in the U.S. zone, but it gets out. Picked up there in the U.S. zone. That is Proven. She sends that puck toward the goal, but it is wide right. Now that puck is to goalie left, picked up there by Callion. Callion now has that puck. He's going to move up the ice. He's going to send that puck towards center ice. He does. Now Morgan has it. Now Kinnerman has it, I should say. Now Morgan has it. He sends it toward the left of the goalie into Canada's zone, but nobody there. Puck comes back across center ice. Now down into the Canadian zone, or the U.S. zone. That's Mizoraka. Mizoraka with the puck circling, looking for a teammate. Ooh, big hit from Mizoraka on Ashba. He still has the puck, though. Sends it over to Richard. Richard has it. Looking for the shot. He shoots it. It goes off the pipe. And now a couple of players are down, and we've got a penalty.
That's going to be a body checking call, I believe, against number 19, Anthony Ashbaugh. Chaz Mizoraka was wheeling around the zone at high speed, and Anthony Ashbaugh kind of had a bit of a hit on him. you could probably make the argument that Chaz ran into him as well, but the referees made the call, and that's going to be the call. So Canada's going to go on a power play to end this game with 1:53 left, and Anthony Ashbaugh in the box for 2 minutes or less.
Face-off here to goalie right. That face-off will go to the U.S. Good stick by Shearer trying to get it out, but now Canada takes the puck. They'll shoot it in toward the goal. No goal, no goal, no goal. They tried to get that puck down and get a little quick pass on it, but there was no touch by the Canadian player in front of the goal. So that puck will come out to neutral ice.
So that's an interesting one there because the puck was bouncing. If it touched Mizuraka's stick at all as he was trying to get a piece of it, that should have counted as a goal. But I think it might have bounced right over Mizuraka's stick, clean into the net, and that's a good call of a non-goal. No one's arguing, so that must be the right call as the puck gets back into play.
Back down in the U.S. zone, but now out of the zone. That's Kane with a good stick to clear that puck. Puck is now at center ice, now pushed back into the U.S. zone. Kane with his stick on it again, though. He will wing that puck to center ice and all the way down. Good clear by him on this power play for Canada. 1:32 to go on the power play, but 1:24 to go in the game, so obviously the game will finish under the power play. Now that puck is at center ice, picked up there by Shearer, now picked up by Canada. They're going to try to wheel that into the U.S. zone. They will. That's Richard, hassled there by Kane. Richard looking for a teammate in the middle of the ice. He can't find one. That's Mitchell. Now Mitchell will send it out for the U.S. Good clear. Picked up there by Beauregard at center ice. He'll send it back in for Canada. U.S. in the middle of a change here. Callion, I should say, right on the ice, immediately grabs the puck, immediately takes it up the ice. Sends it down into the Canada zone. 52 seconds to go in the game here. Callion is now in the Canada zone. He's looking to waste some time, and there'll be a whistle here. But that puck was right in front of the Canada net. Let's see what we got here. .46 seconds to go in the game. Still 7-1 Canada here in the third. Face-off will be here in the Canada zone to goalie left. That puck goes into the corner. Canada's got it there for a moment, but now U.S. will keep it in at the point. That is Belding at the blue line. He sends it down into the corner, goalie right, but immediately picked up there by Canada. Now Canada will chip that puck across center ice, coming down into the U.S. zone. That's Juha. Juha battling there with Miller. Juha gets a stick on Miller there, and Miller goes down, and that's going to be a penalty.
It's going to be Jason Juha going to the box for that little hook at the end. Normally you see Juha's name on the score sheet for a different reason, but today he's going to be getting goals, assists, and penalty minutes. Pretty good if you're playing fantasy blind hockey, getting points in all three categories.
So 25 seconds to go in the game, and we will finish under a 4-on-4 situation here with both of these penalties happening at the same time. So Juha will finish the game in the box, as will Ashbaugh. 25 seconds to go. And the face-off will be goalie right in the Canada zone. Face-off there goes to the U.S. That's Miller. He immediately has the pass whistle. Now the U.S. has that puck down into the corner, goalie right. They still fight for it there. Picked up there by Callion. He goes down, though. That puck is now back out of the zone. 9 seconds to go in the game. U.S. has time to get one more rush, maybe down here. Miller moving forward. 4 seconds to go. That puck is still at center ice, and that is going to end the game right there. Great play by both these teams here today. It was good to get a look at some new players as well. I think we saw Josh Schneider on the ice there toward the end. We had TJ Stewart making his debut for the U.S. team in goal. And really good play all weekend. We had really competitive games. There were some, little chunks of goals scored here and there. Some penalty trouble the U.S. got in, especially in Game 1. But overall, pretty competitive games.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great series. And I think it just showcases, the best that the para-sport of blind hockey has to offer, and also with all these young players just learning the sport, it shows, this is sort of the ground floor for international blind ice hockey, and we're excited to see where it can grow from here. As we conclude our broadcast, I'd just like to update our viewers, our fans, our community on the remainder of the 2022-23 North American Blind Ice Hockey calendar. So next up, we've got the 2022 Canadian Western Regional Blind Hockey Tournament in Calgary, Alberta. That takes place between November 19th and 21st. Following that, we've got our super secret special high-performance blind hockey event happening in Toronto, Ontario, the third weekend of January. Look for an announcement on our social media about that very shortly. And then, of course, we have the 2023 Canadian National Blind Ice Hockey Tournament. And that's going to take place, once again, at the Mattamy Athletic Centre in Toronto, Ontario. We're going to have at least 5 divisions of play, including children, youth, low vision and development, open, select, and most likely, we are hoping to have the first ever Women's Blind Hockey Series. Immediately following that, the very next weekend, will be the USA Hockey Disabled Hockey Festival in St. Louis. So, lots of incredible blind hockey tournaments coming up. If you're interested in signing up for any of these, make sure you follow us on social media, whether that's the U.S. Blind Hockey Team or Canadian Blind Hockey. Visit our website, or just shoot Ian or I an email. So, thank you very much for tuning into this broadcast as they exchange hugs and handshakes and foes on the ice, friends off it, right? So, this really is a very special community of blind hockey players all across North America and now around the world. And we can't wait to see you all at future events. Ian, I'm going to hand it over to you to sign off.
Sounds good. Thanks, Matt, and appreciate you and all your help all weekend. Also appreciate Thomas helping us here on the camera and doing some play-by-play as well. It's been a great weekend of blind hockey here in Fort Wayne, and we hope that you all enjoyed it. With that, the players are going to do their handshakes, and we are going to sign off on the stream. So thank you all for joining. We really appreciate your support. Until next time.